Yeah, fuck you guys. Here's Shrek's X Shadow.
Yeah!
Part 2.
Part 2.
Shrek, for the crime of committing adultery within your swamp, we sentence you to be banished to the Nether.
I guess all I can say is that I never thought it'd come to this.
Prepare the portal.
The fabric of time, space, and existence itself bent and tore around Shrek's morsel. However, a single sound echoed through the realm of everything. A vaguely familiar voice echoed in the distance.
Gotta go fast!
Darkness, yet a soft brush, was felt against Shrek's face. Grass. It tickled his nose with the intensity of the itchiness that grazed his unwashed taint.
We're not in the swampland anymore, Dorothy.
Shrek's spine tingled. He felt the earth tremble beneath his feet. In the distance sounded explosions, and a black figure soared toward him, bringing it with an overwhelming aura of angst and pain.
You! Hello there! Where am I?
The figure stopped, looking behind him seemingly in a rush. What was it? An anthropomorphic beaver? A moose? A hedgehog even? Regardless, it was the most beautiful beast that had ever befallen the pig-like eyes of the ogre.
Get out of my way.
Slow down, laddie. No one's here to hurt you. Where are you running from?
Shadow looked up. This tall creature. Its stench, its slimy green complexion, its impeccably stylish tunic and large smile. The charming accent struck his heart with a sincere intensity.
Pain. I'm running from pain.
Drawing a gun, he held it aloft to the head of Shrek.
Get out of my way!
Afraid I can't, laddie. I need someone to answer some questions. But you sound like you need some questions answered yourself.
Slowly, but surely, Shadow lowered his gun and seated himself on the grass in front of Shrek.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
The name's Shrek.
Shrek sat next to the Shadow, placing his hand out of Shadow's gloved hand, which seemed to shake his with a subtle eagerness. The handshake slightly extended its welcome. However, to the star-crossed strangers, it was over too soon.
I haven't seen anyone around like you before.
Likewise, laddie. A hedgehog, eh? We had a few living outside the swamp. Not like you.
We?
Shrek looked downward, dismayed.
Girl Shrek. My wife. Ex-wife. I won't be going back to the swamp anytime soon.
Shadow extended a gloved hand to Shrek's filth-ridden knee.
You've lost someone too. I know what it's like. More than anyone. No one understands.
Shrek reciprocated with a burly arm being placed over Shadow's soft shoulder, gently stroking the ends of his spiked locks.
You're wrong there, laddie. I know what it's like. Perhaps you overestimate your loss and don't look at what you have.
Shadow looked into the eyes of Shrek and he saw it. The spark he thought he had lost all those years ago. Love. Magical love. Comforted, Shadow moved his hand from Shrek's knee to the ogre's large potbelly and leaned closer. Shrek, almost overcome with glee, leaned toward, grasping the tuft of white hair that emitted from Shadow's chest, and pulled him closer, interlocking their lips in a moist, smelly embrace.
I don't know what to say, laddie.
Overcome with emotion, Shadow pushed away the green monster, feigning disgust. He once again drew his gun and sprung to his feet.
Get away from me, Shrek! Don't make me kill you!
What are you saying, laddie?
And with that, Shadow was gone, as fast as he came. To his knees he fell, and Shrek wept.
Laddie.
Oh, fuck.
That was good. That was
something else.
That was great, Zach.
Thank you.
Zach, my brother, I'm very proud of you.
I poured my heart and soul into it, and I came up with this piece of shit. I call it the Great Gaben. So, it was a perfect evening. He wandered the halls of the company in a style akin to a minotaur in the labyrinth.
Perfect. Just perfect.
The words escaped his mouth in amazement. His creation, pure and everything perfectly symmetrical. 2 chairs per desk, 2 water coolers per office space, 2 desk ornaments allowed at any given time. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, and 2 legs were required to be possessed by every worker. 2 windows per office, and in the boardrooms, pairings was not an uncommon practice. His philosophy of perfect symmetry and balance, yin and yang-like in essence, reached far outside the office walls. 2 sons, 2 cornea transplants, 2 games that inspired him to build the empire he now strode freely in.
Perfect.
Mr. Newell, is there anything I can get you? Maybe a coffee?
Gaben's lips parted. Appalled someone had broken his stride, questioning the audacity this PA had to wear a 3-piece suit. Regaining his composure, he smiled and said in an almost serene mumble,
No, thank you. I've had my 2 coffees today.
Would you like some dinner, Mr. Newell?
Silence. Only the sound of heavy breathing could be heard within the walls of Gaben. He had been busy, endlessly busy, working on the latest title his gaming behemoth would churn out. Ricochet 2. Lunch, breakfast. Had he already had his 2 meals of the day? Sweat dripped from his 2 brows, and his hands started to shake. He was terribly hungry, but to break the pact of 2 was to break the great Gaben.
Have I had breakfast and lunch today?
Boomed the great Gaben, his voice carrying itself with a newfound power in order to mask his moment of true helplessness.
I'm not sure, Mr. Newell. You arrived late this morning. You were attempting to find a 2-for-1 deal at the 7-Eleven?
Comforting, but not quite. Snacks were best enjoyed in pairs. However, this was feasting time, and this insolence would not stand. Furious, Gaben ran to his desk and laid down his head.
No. Terrible. Just terrible.
This awakening had struck him harder than any fan backlash, more powerfully than any well-worded webcomic. Self-reflection dawned upon Gaben, and that night, Gaben dreamed of 3.
What the
I'm very excited to see where this goes. I feel like the devil's involved, but I can't prove it.
What the fuck is this?